Hi everyone. I hope you're enjoying the new Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog that just went live this month. We are currently in the process of doing cards to go, and we're using the Celebrate Sunflowers set. So today I'll be showing you how to assemble the first one of our Celebrate Sunflowers set. So here's the 3 cards we have with the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle out of the new annual catalog, the Stampin' Up! 2020 to 2021 annual catalog. We'll be using the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle, stamps and dies. And this is the one we're going to be focusing on today. So we'll just take these 2 away. So in order to make this card, your kit will include, and if it doesn't include all these parts, please let me know and I'll make sure you get them. We will have the Very Vanilla base, 2 pieces of the new In Color Cinnamon Cider, a Very Vanilla inside panel, and then your mat, and 2 pieces of the pretty designer paper from the Flowers for Every Season, and then the die cut of the sunflower large image and the pretty overlay, a middle piece that goes in here, and a couple of Mossy Meadow leaves. I did not use the Just Jade leaves because I was afraid they'd just blend in, and this gave me a little more contrast. And a piece of ribbon, which I forgot to cut for this one, but a piece of ribbon. So let's get started. There's just a tiny little bit of stamping. We stamp our sentiment, and we just stamp our inside flower. So there's just 2 stamps on this one. And let's see if I can get it right. Stamp that I'm using is the Know That You Are Loved. Of course, you can use anything you have if you don't want to get this set, but I'm using the Know That You Are Loved. I'm going to try to get it on there straight and nice. Whoops. Oh, and I'm good. That's pretty straight and pretty nice. Clean off my stamp, and there's only one more stamp to do, so I'll go ahead and do that on my inside panel. And for that, I'm going to use the Bumblebee. I used the Cinnamon Cider for the sentiment, but I'm going to use the Bumblebee to stamp my interior flower. So tap, tap, tap. Remember, just tap, tap, tap. Get it covered nice all over. And just press it straight down. Touch it all over. Give it a minute to transfer. And pick it up. And that will be fine. So since I already have the inside all done, I may as well just go ahead and assemble the inside, and then we can work. It's just assembly required now. So I'm going to put my glue on. Oops, 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 oops. Having a little glue disaster there. It's all right. I'll just smear that around. It'll be fine. Oops, I did not cut that the right size. Hang on. I will cut that better. Okay, I've trimmed that up. Now let me see if I've got it right. There we go. Okay. Because my glue's not working the way I want it to, I'll just go ahead and use some double-sided tape to stick this down. Even my snails run out, or I would have used that. Just having a bad adhesive day today. Yeah, I like the glue better because if I don't get it on perfectly, it's going to just be there crooked. So I have to be extra careful now to get this on here lined up. And that looks pretty good. So we'll just stick it down. All right. So close that up and let's get on to our front piece. And I think I will grab another glue, so be right back again. Okay, so I'm back. Tip of the day. I had just refilled this glue and put on a brand new tip. And sometimes when you refill the glue and put on a new tip, it doesn't stick real good until you get a little bit of a glue mess around the edge, which I didn't have. So I went to my husband's toolbox and I grabbed some electrical tape, and this is a brand new bottle of glue, and I grabbed some electrical tape to help hold this new tip on this new bottle. So hopefully we will have some better luck. So I'm going to put this one aside and I'll work with it later to try to get it. I'm sure I can get it to work again, but I grabbed this. This is just regular electric tape out of my husband's toolbox. Don't tell him. I think he hates it when I use it for this. And just to hold this tip on a little better. So cross your fingers and let's hope it works better. Oh, it's still not easy to get out. I do not know what's wrong with this today. I guess we can all have our little disasters. Should not be any clogs. And I don't really need the fine tip for everything. There we go. I don't need the fine tip for everything, but I am going to need it when I go to put that sunflower on there. There we go. We've got it fixed. Yay! I don't even think today's card's going to be all about the stamping or the assembly. I think I'm just going to be happy if I can get some glue out of here. Okay. Yoo-hoo! Looks like problem fixed. Now, I've even lost my first card. Okay, so this one's going to go up here. And we're going to leave a little border. And this one's going to go around here. And they are going to overlap a little bit, but that's fine because we're going to cover it up with our flower. So, whoa, let's see if this glue just keeps flowing for me. I am happy. Again, we'll leave ourselves a little border. And that gives us just about enough room to put our little tag right in there. This tag looks a little tiny longer, but that's okay. And glue our bottom piece. Now, this should have been the easy part, but given the malfunction of the glue, it wasn't really that easy. So the harder part will be sticking together my leaves. These are so fine, and this is where this teeny tiny little tip comes in very handy. As you all know, this is my favorite glue. Stampin' Up! Does have a fine tip glue as well, with a teeny tiny little tip like this. Now this dries clear, so it's not going to be that big a deal that I got it a little messy. I can just take my chamois down and wipe up some of that, and that'll dry okay too. It's a little bit wet for now, but it'll dry. Because I tend to have to kind of slide it around a little bit. I have a hard time getting it lined up right the first time. Let me try a little harder this time. There we go. But I still have some glue out there. And it'll dry clear. It's fine. And if you don't like that there, you can always take the tips of your tweezers and kind of get off the fuzz off the tips of your tweezers and just kind of knock that out of there. I can just pick it up and wipe it off. But those will do. Okay, so we have those. And now we need to assemble our sunflower. Now for the sunflower middle, I did want to go ahead and put some sponging around the edge. And on this one I put on top. And since I've done that one, I was playing with this set with a friend who said it would go better underneath. So we're going to try it underneath and see how we like it. I'm still going to sponge it though, because I really like that effect. Sponge around the edges. And I'm going to sponge it good ways in because a tiny little bit of it will be covered up underneath. Okay. And now we have to turn this over, get our glue working again. Put this underneath. And I should have caught enough of it. Enough of the glue, because it's going to be glued down on here. And then this comes the interesting part. You have to figure out how to line this up on here. Now, I typically look for these guys, and then I typically look for the ones that match it. And I don't think I'm there yet. There we go. That's it. So I'm just going to grab a hold of this one right here. I'm going to try a new trick. I'll use my tweezers and glue around. Now it is nice to get a little tiny bit on each of these tips so it looks like it's adhered good. And I'm not even squeezing, I'm just dabbing what's left over on the bottom of on the glue tip from where I've squeezed before. I'll give a little extra through there and then just dab at some of these other places. Now, the reason I held it there was so I would lose my place. If I can remember which one that went with. Excuse me. Which one did that go with? There we go. Let go of it and try to get it on there. It's really not that hard. Beautiful. Just hold it a second. Give that glue time to adhere. And stick your leaves under the bottom. Just a little dab. A little dab will do for this. This one under. That's the one I wet when I was trying to sup up my extra glue. And I need to get a piece of ribbon. Okay, you see that was supposed to be wrapped around, and I forgot to do that, but that's okay. We can save it. And the way we can save it, there's always a way. There's always a way. Is we can get some of our double stick tape, and mine looks like it's had a pretty hard life. And just go straight across to where we want our ribbon to be. Tear and tape, I believe is what that's called. And I really find this works better if we press that down real good. I do sometimes have trouble getting this up. There we go. Got it. Got it. Okay. And then take our ribbon. Let me see if I'm going to trim that. That needs trimmed about right there. Might be a little wide, but that's okay. And we'll see the rough edges of our ribbon, but this doesn't really ravel that much. So there, voila, look. Today's all about fixing my mistakes, so I hope you don't mind. Because every mistake in card making and artist and crafting is just an opportunity. Okay. And this goes right here. And there we go. Here we go, the whole thing, all done. Lots of obstacles to overcome today, but it can always be overcome. So this is the first card, and sorry about all the problems I had today, but this is the first card in our Cards to Go. I hope you don't have my problems, and I hope I hope if you do, you find ways around them. There's always a way around them. So malfunctioning glue, get you some electrical tape and a good pen to stick that in there and try to clear out that opening. And if you forget to wrap your glue around, you can always just wrap your ribbon around. You can always just put some tear tape and place it down that way. But there is our first of our cards to go. And we still have some of these. And here are cards 2 and 3 coming soon to your inbox. I hope you like this one. So, not one of my best days in my craft room with several little problems to overcome, but just keep going. You can overcome them too. I hope you like the card and stay tuned for the next 2. If you're interested in a kit, just let me know and I'll make some up for you. And if you have a kit and you're missing some parts, please let me know that too, because it seems like I made a mistake on this one and I might have made a mistake on yours. Hey, you all take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.